What's the right way for a European leader to deal with Donald Trump? If you don't want tariffs, but you're not 100% aligned with some of the visions, even with crypto, how do you deal with a very strong personality that wants to get his way?
I think meeting with him one-on-one is usually a good thing to do. I think recognizing the political constraints that he's under, which is to say he made certain commitments, he's likely to honor them. But I think not treating him like somebody who doesn't know what he's doing or somebody who's not as intelligent as they are is a good idea. In other words, I think sometimes European leaders didn't take him as seriously as they should have. And when he says something, he really means it. So I think they'll approach him with a different, I think, sense of respect than they probably did last time around.
And for his cabinet, do you think it's loyalists but business people? So I mean, how does that skew compared to the first time around?
Well, the first time around, President Trump said he wasn't as experienced in picking people, and he picked some people he felt weren't as loyal as he would have preferred. This time, he's picking people he says are going to be much more loyal, and people he's known for a longer period of time. Remember, when he was first elected, he'd never been in government before. He didn't really know all the people who were qualified to be in government. Now he's been around for 8 years, and now I think he feels much more prepared to be president of the United States in the sense of having experienced people around him who know what to do.
But are loyalists dangerous if you're going in the wrong direction because there's no one else to say, Mr. President, wait, you're wrong on this?
Well, there's a balance between telling a president you're wrong and doing it in an effective way sometimes. So his chief of staff is somebody that's gotten along with him for quite some time, and she's told him from time to time, you know, you're not right, but you have to do it in a certain way. Telling him he doesn't know what he's talking about and what he's doing is a big mistake is probably not the best way to approach it, be my guess. You have to use some discretion. But he's a smart person, and he'll get along well with his new advisors. And I think the Europeans and the Asians, leaders around the world, recognize him with much greater respect than they did before. Yep. They thought first time he was a bit of a fluke. This time they recognize he represents a trend and it's not just a fluke.
What would you do if you were President Xi right now of China? Would you call him up and invite him to a military parade?
I would try to see if I could meet him as soon as possible. Obviously, inviting him to China is one thing, but offering to come over and meet in the United States is another thing, and they can meet halfway between, of course. But I think having a meeting sooner rather than later is a good policy.